All right, before we begin, I have to ask you one question. Have you ever wondered what a cruel world we live in? And now, when I say cruel, I just know you're thinking, what do you mean by cruel? This world is so perfect. Well, the issue that I'm going to discuss about is so obvious, yet it goes unnoticed many times. Have you ever realized that we pay millions of dollars, and I mean millions of dollars, each year just to sustain human life? And yet, we have people who don't get the healthcare services they require because of the high costs, complexity of insurance systems, and the general bureaucracy surrounding medical treatment. The system that was created to heal us often ends up harming us emotionally, mentally, physically, and a lot of times even financially. Well, I'm here to address that. Hi, my name is Nathan Joseph Tony, and it's time to take the first step towards free healthcare. Let me begin by taking you on a journey into a mundane Sunday morning in each of our lives. We set an alarm for 7 a.m., but we never do really wake up at 7 a.m., do we? We always have to hit snooze one more time, and it ends up being 9. By 9:30, we're ready, we've had our breakfast, and we sit down for a nice cup of hot coffee. A perfect situation, isn't it? Well, when you least expect it, you feel a pain engulfing your entire body. You're unsure of what it is. And in those precious few seconds that you so desperately want to scream out for help, you fall down unconscious. Family and friends gather around you, unsure of what to do. And they pick up the phone and call the ambulance. The ambulance navigates its way carefully through all of the heavy traffic, and they reach your doorstep in record time. And they rush you immediately to the hospital. Once you reach there, the doctor does his examination and he gives his verdict. The patient is having this issue, and this is the treatment we need to take. Pay the bill and let's get started. Wait. No, you heard me exactly right. Pay the bill and let's get started. This is where all the problems begin from. Those crucial 10 minutes, those vital 10 minutes that your family takes to pay the bill could be the 10 minutes that could be used to save your life. And now, for all of us sitting here, this is just a story. It's not real because we're blessed in a country that has a lot of insurance and that we are covered for most of the things, so we don't have to worry. But this is not the reality for many people out there. The 2021 WHO World Health Statistics claimed that nearly 3.8 billion people still lack access to healthcare services. 3.8 billion people. That's nearly half of our world. Such devastating numbers, isn't it really? So if all of us were in a different place that didn't have proper healthcare systems, half of us would not be able to pay for our own medical expenses. Well, that's not all. The World Health Statistics in 2017 said that deaths due to preventable diseases are still a major concern. In the global south, 13 million deaths are responsible because of deaths due to preventable diseases such as diarrhea, pneumonia, and malnutrition. A 2019 study in the American Journal of Public Health said that medical expenditure is the leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States. Nearly 500,000 Americans each year go bankrupt just due to medical expenditure. Furthermore, a 2009 study in the American Journal of Public Health claimed that nearly 45,000 Americans die each year just because they don't have insurance. And now, when I talk about free healthcare, you might be thinking, it's really not possible, is it? I mean, come on, let's face the reality. But that's where we all are mistaken. Multiple countries in the world have already implemented free healthcare. They have done it by taxation. People who have the money to pay for themselves and for others give the money for those who can't afford to pay for themselves. This is where we need to change. There are 4 countries that have already implemented free healthcare. And I'm going to talk about these 4. That are Canada, the United Kingdom, Sweden, and Japan. Canada spends about 12.1% of its GDP on healthcare, and the results are fantastic. Life expectancy in Canada is one of the highest in the entire world at 81.6 years. While the amount they spend is lesser compared to other countries, it still has better results because the administrative costs are much lesser. Furthermore, let me move on to the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom spends 10.9% of its GDP on healthcare, and life expectancy is one of the highest in Europe at 80.1 years. And it's funded by taxation at point. The third example is Sweden. Sweden spends about 11% of its GDP on healthcare and still has one of the highest life expectancies in the world at 82.7 years. And my last example is Japan. Japan spends 10.9% of its GDP on healthcare and has a staggering life expectancy at 84.5 years. And infant mortality rate is one of the lowest in the entire world altogether. These countries truly prove that free healthcare isn't just a dream, it's a reality. So why isn't it being implemented throughout the entire world? Well, the reason is simple. Because you and I don't stand up for anything that doesn't happen to us. That's the reality. But it's time to change all of that. It's time to stand up for those who don't have the strength to stand up for themselves. It's time to create hope for future generations. The United Nations Declaration of Human Rights claims that every man has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being of himself and his family. This itself proves it. Healthcare isn't a luxury for the rich, for the powerful, or for the well-connected. It's for you and for me. It's the necessity of the common man. Healthcare isn't about numbers, statistics, money, politics. It's about people. It's about you and it's about me. So let us take this moment. Let us take this moment to rise up and stand for those who can't stand up for themselves. Let's not do it for just us who are sitting here, but for generations that are coming. Let's do it for everybody else. Maybe people who have not even seen. But I know if we take that stand today, the world is going to remember us. History will remember us as the people who took the first step towards free healthcare. And I can see a reality. I can see a future where there is free healthcare. So, it's time to create hope for future generations. It's time to stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves. It's time to take the first step towards free healthcare. Thank you.